All right, everybody. Cinephile Mike, your friendly neighborhood cinephile, is here, and it is day 62 of Award Season Review Season 2. And it's a Monday, so we know that we are wrapping another theme week. Yes, this is the end of British Indie Week. So we are going to end it here, but we are going out with a bang. We are looking at Searchlight Pictures' Rye Lane. Now, this film was not released in theaters domestically. It only had an international release. So the box office take of $1,569,407 only accounts for what the film raised internationally and worldwide. Rye Lane was co-written by Nathan Bryan and Tom Malia and directed by Raine Allen Miller. Now, this trio's little film was a huge nomination hit at the British Independent Film Awards, where it was the most nominated film, walking away with 16 nominations. Now, of the 16 nominations, it did win two of them. It won Best Breakthrough Performance for Vivian Opara and Best Original Music for Quest. Now, the other 14 nominations that it received were for Best British Independent Film, Best Breakthrough Producer, both the Best Director and the Douglas Hickox Award, which, as we learned earlier this week, is for a British director's debut film, both Best Original Screenplay and Best Debut Screenplay, Best Casting, Best Joint Performance for Opara and David Johnson, Best Cinematography, Best Costume Design, Best Editing, Best Music Supervision, Best Makeup and Hair Design, and Best Production Design. Now, when the BAFTAs announced its long lists a couple months ago, Rye Lane made 5 of the long lists, ultimately getting nominated for 2 BAFTA awards. These are for Outstanding British Film of the Year and Best Leading Actress for Vivian Opara. The other long lists that it made, while it didn't land the nominations, but it was being considered for Best Director, Outstanding Debut by a British writer, director, or producer, and Best Original Screenplay. So, while the British Independent Film Awards have passed, the BAFTAs are in 2 weeks. So, let's see if Opara gets another actress recognition. Rye Lane. So, this is the story of Best Joint Performance nominees David Johnson's Dom and Vivian Opara's Yaz. These two meet in the traditional meet cute fashion in the bathroom. While Dom is in one stall crying over his recent relationship, scrolling through Instagram, Yaz sits in the next toilet to take a wee in the. Wait, this is the men's, and no, actually, it's unisex. Awkward place to meet, right? And what will follow is a day where these two will meet, chat, and get to know each other. And what starts out as a conversation ends up turning into an incredible date. Where we will see them meet and confront one another's exes, meet the parents of one of their exes, some entertaining underwear excursions, a moped ride, karaoke, breaking and entering, and some new food experiences at a burrito stand called Love Guactually, which will feature one of the greatest cameos in the indie rom-com field. Oh, wait for that cameo. Brilliant. Some art shows and boats. Following many of the traditional romantic comedy tropes, a nice element for this film is that, for the most part, 95% of this film plays out over one day. And as we follow Dom and Yaz on this day, we will see how their relationship develops and sort of comes out of nowhere. But wonder, is this the best move given that they're both fresh out of long term relationships? Where can this go? Well, we're going to see. Now, Rye Lane is a very colorful film that takes us on a fun day tour of London as we follow Dom and Yaz on their excursion. Now, this approach of the single day worked very well in Richard Linklater's Before trilogy. And while the circumstances here are a bit more exaggerated as opposed to Linklater's realism, because Rye Lane is a little more your traditional rom com, it is still refreshing. And Johnson and Opara's chemistry is very strong, and you can fully believe that these two would find each other and, potentially fall in love. Opara plays Yaz with this very fast talking, very upbeat, kinetic energy that is a great counterpoint to Johnson's Dom, who's slightly more subdued and quiet, wearing his heart on his sleeve and his headphones being a little more soft spoken. First time director Raine Allen Miller puts a fresh spin on the rom com, paying homage to the films of the past. Again, wait for that cameo. It is brilliant. And also pushing it forward. All of the awards recognition in some cases for this film may be a stretch, especially for some of the design and technical elements, because I feel there were other British films that I've seen, some that I've reviewed earlier this week, like Ennis Main and Fremont, who maybe deserved a little more recognition in some of these categories. But again, I don't want to diminish what was done here because this is an enjoyable film. The nominations it is definitely in recognition of is for the writing, the directing, and the performances. Worth the conversation and had me hooked from the first moment. This is a solid 4-star film that will make you feel good and provide some great laughs. And I appreciate that it's a very quick moving 82 minutes. We don't drag on, we just meet these characters, go on the journey, and we get it. Now, if you want to catch Rye Lane, it is streaming exclusively on Hulu. So there it is. That's a wrap on British Indie Week. I hope you've enjoyed this set of reviews and maybe found something new or something news to watch. Coming up this week, starting tomorrow, will be BAFTA week. So, yes, slightly sticking with British films, but the BAFTAs are also a very clear barometer for the Oscars. And there are a couple films that are going to pop up in this week that I thought would pop up elsewhere, but turned out to be completely snubbed by the Oscars. Not going to get there yet, but they're coming. Huh. As always, if you like what you heard here, please subscribe to my channel and spread the word. You can follow me, Cinephile Mike, on all social media platforms and on Letterboxd. There's so much more award season goodness as we follow these last couple of weeks down to the Oscars, so come along with me. It's going to be great. But until then, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch something new.